Sorry, guys. Got to go back.
Well, that's not my decision.
People from New York are so lame. You hear that? I got family up there. I got family at Bensonhurst. I got family in Long Island. I got family near Belmont Racetrack. I got family in Hoboken, New Jersey, and Trenton and Cherry Hill. I got family in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and Nazareth and Philly. Sorry, if you have anything to say, go fuck yourself, okay? I'm a Floridian. Fuck you.
Good for you, Toby.
That was great.
That is excellent.
I love it. I'm gonna start the podcast with that.
1, 2, 3. That benzo.com. That benzo.com. That benzo.com. That benzo.com.
Hello, I'm Robert Picarillo, but my nom de plume is Bobby Pickles, and this is episode 30 of the Bobby Pickles podcast. Podcasting from a boat somewhere in the intracoastal waterway along the Gulf of Mexico on the west coast of Florida. What are you talking about, Tobe?
No, I'm sorry for interrupting, but
No, it's okay.
We're at Shell Island right now. It's Barrier Island.
Yep.
Basically what I call a speed bump for hurricanes.
Well, anyway, I'm Bobby Pickles.
I'm Tobia Spinelli. And
yes, of course. That's what I'm trying to say, Toby. With me today is you, Tobia Spinelli.
I'm new to this radio thing, so I'm sorry for the interruptions.
It's cool. Tobia is part owner of Toby's Original Little Italy Pizza, founded by Tobia's father, Tobia Sr., in 1973. It's
72, sir.
1972?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 1972. It's the highest-grossing pizzeria in the west coast of Florida and a landmark of St. Petersburg. Now, is that a correct statistic, or is that just bullshit?
It's basically...
It is a landmark.
No, definitely.
We'll agree on that.
No, I call it an institution.
It's an institution of St. Petersburg. Tobia's father hailed from Monte di Procida, Italy, a small village on the outskirts of Napoli. I visited there once myself just to urinate on the town sign and snap a photo as proof. I'm so happy to have Tobia on the podcast today on the day of his birth, May 31st. Calling all Floridian Guineas, Dagos, and Wops, pizza lovers of any U.S. region or ethnicity, meet Tobia Spinelli. Do it. You know what to say. Do it just like Coletti. Hello. I'm Tobia Spinelli. What's your name? Outstanding. Welcome to the Bobby Pickles podcast. You have to say it exactly like that.
I'm going to say that's great.
You have to say it exactly like that. Do it.
Hi, I'm Tobia Spinelli, coming to you live from Shell.
Nope. You have to say hello.
Hello, I'm Tobia Spinelli.
What's your name?
What's your name?
You don't know it?
Hello, I'm Tobia Spinelli. What's your name? Outstanding. Welcome to Bobby Pickles broadcast.
Nope. Welcome to the Bobby Pickles podcast.
Shit, man.
Say welcome to, he can edit it.
Welcome to the Bobby.
You're so high.
I know.
Are you allowed to say that?
Can we?
Are you allowed to say that?
No, you can't.
Because we had to record this a second time, you son of a bitch.
Oh, we do?
No, we did. This is our second time out here, Toby.
You know what? I make a great pizza.
This is a 2-part fucking interview, man.
Oh, we got to redo
now,
it.
God damn it. Hello, I'm Tobia Spinelli.
Hello.
What's your name? Outstanding. Welcome to the Bobby Pickles podcast.
Hello, I'm Tobia Spinelli.
What's your name?
What's your name? Outstanding. Welcome to the Bobby Pickles broadcast.
No! Just say welcome to the Bobby Pickles podcast.
Welcome to the Bobby Pickles podcast.
Bobby Pickles podcast. He always says that's me. With a look on his face, he'll talk about anything. Tattoos, t-shirts, politics, history, and hot sauce on everything. Bobby Pickles. Pop culture, documentaries, conspiracy theories, sarcasm, and beer. It's a conversation. Start listening, cause we're all here. Bobby Pickles podcast.
That's me. So,
Yeah.
Toby,
Yes.
Tobia,
Or, yeah,
whichever one you like to be called.
whatever you prefer.
Tobia Spinelli, here we are. We're both Floridians, both have Italian blood, and Coletti is here today too, so that makes it trifecta. Where is he, by the way?
He's actually traveling down his man-made lazy river.
What?
Yeah, there's like an island here. It's a barrier island, and there's a channel right over there, and he swears it's a lazy river.
Hello, Rob Picarillo. I'm here.
And Coletti's here today,
Nearly not.
and Coletti's here today too, so that makes it trifecta, right?
correct?
I always ask my guests to meet me somewhere either important or iconic to them in some way. So, Tobia, why here? Why on this boat out in the intercoastal waterway? Why Shell Island on the day of your birth? What's the deal?
It's kind of more like a tradition for me to come out here on my birthday. It kind of makes me feel young again.
How old are you?
I actually turned 35 today. I was born in 1978.
Wow, you're old, man.
It
No, we're
happens.
2 years old. We're 2 year difference.
Yeah, it's 2 years difference, but
I'm 33, bro. 33 is the Jesus year. That's when everything happens.
You know what? The thing is, the problem with that is you're 33 and you're making fun of me for being 35. I got 2 kids already playing on my seed.
I'm not making fun of you.
Oh, no problem. No, I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, like, I already got my kids. I'm married. That's it. You're not yet. You're going to be 40 years old going through your midlife crisis.
I know, man, but whatever.
Just start saving for college right now.
May I chime in on this?
Yep.
I think maybe here's the problem. I think a male who's single in his 40s technically doesn't have to go through a midlife crisis. I think the midlife crisis is when you feel you've missed out on something that you didn't do. And so you buy a fast car or a speed boat or a motorcycle, and you try to do things that you feel you missed out on. And if you're single till you're 40, I don't think you actually missed out on that much because you probably had a lot of fun.
Yeah, but like really, I mean, you're single, but you're still having relationships and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, you'll stick with one for a couple years or so, or this or that. But
every like 2-3 years, trade out for another one.
You never know. You'll find the right one, and you never know. But Toby obviously found the right one.
Yeah,
and that's you can't deny that.
But I was single till I was 25. I mean, I had my fun. I mean, I had a friend for 30 years, and when I needed my help, I went and got it.
Yep.
But you have to be single. You have to go out
Are
there.
you
and
happy
experience.
about being married?
Yes.
Are you happy about where you are in life right now? 35 years old, married, 2 kids.
I mean, if my wife and my kids, I can't ask for anything more. I mean, I wish
you gonna
I had
have another kid.
I mean, let nature take its course, man.
All
Whatever
right,
happens,
good
happens.
All right, man. Well, so we went on here already, right? We already had a little
I brought 2
conversation.
chicks, yeah.
And you brought 2 chicks, like the day after I first got down here,
Yeah.
right? For this 10 days. And this is the last day, and I'm about to leave, man.
I know that sucks.
Yeah.
We ran aground right now, and high tide is not until 8 o'clock, and it's
We're
flights
gonna
at
have
7.
some trouble making it out of here, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so sorry about New York.
So, so my plane goes out at 6:30. It's like, what time right now? 11:48 in the morning.
Technically, we could probably maximize our time on the boat if we drove you to the airport on the boat.
Yes, we could. Are you paying for gas?
I think it's actually.
Dude, could you do this?
We could definitely
We
do
could
this.
definitely do this.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It might
Yes.
cost as much as your plane ticket, but it'll be worth it.
Are you serious? How much would it cost?
A few $100s.
Yeah,
Really?
definitely. It's a haul. It's right over there, though. But it's going to rain in a little while.
We can make it there in an hour and a half.
But wait a second. How would I? Okay, what? We pull up into a dock, and then how do I get
I
to?
mean,
the,
I wouldn't
I
try
mean,
to
I
find
don't
a
know.
dock around the airport.
We might
'cause
be able to
the
get you to
TSA.
Rocky Point.
Yeah, Rocky Point's nice. You can walk across the highway. Veterans. There's only a few thousand cars driving every day, so you'll be all right.
It sounds like a feasible idea.
It could work.
Call a cab.
It's almost as good as riding the bus to Tampa.
Yeah, which is what we were gonna do, right?
Yeah, good luck.
Feasibility study.
How long is that going to take? Like 3 hours? You better off going to Orlando.
Well, the reason why we brought it up is we had a reason to go to Tampa, and I was saying let's take the bus just so we know in real time how truly shitty the mass transportation system is in this area.
You know what's bullshit is like we have so much technology in this country, especially the state of Florida, and China has a high-speed rail. I mean, wouldn't it be great to be in Tampa and go to Miami in 3 hours?
Well,
Besides driving?
Toby, living in New York the way I have for the last 3 years and experiencing the mass transit, also being the way I am, where I know you guys, I'm very into politics and things like that,
No, it seems great living in New York because everything's in a walking reach. Over here, no, you have to have a car.
That's like
you
Treasure
have to
Island.
drink and drive,
Yeah.
basically. I don't drink and drive, but you basically have to drink and drive. It's a moneymaker. They don't want proper public transportation because then they won't make no money off DUIs and everything crap like that.
That's right.
It's bullshit.
Yep.
Whatever.
Well, Coletti, we were talking about it the other day. I posed a question to you, Coletti. I said, what you have in New York City won't work everywhere, right? Because everything's different, right?
Correct.
How can we take the basis of that and apply it to Florida and its infrastructure? And what did you say?
They just basically make everything faster. Because everything out here is spread wide open. New York everything is more confined in a smaller
You don't remember?
space.
I don't remember at all.
You said monorails.
Oh, well, we were talking about you're talking about
slow are
transportation
they, though?
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
How can you devise a train system?
Well, the only feasible way is to put above the middle median is a monorail system. Now, they're proposing something similar out there off the Gandy. They're trying to double layer the Gandy Highway and put another highway in between on pillars. Now, I would recommend using that same corridor instead of for traffic, using it for a monorail system that connects the two areas from bay to bay. And
But that would be funny. That's like perfect idea. Just like they have in Disney World where they have these monorails.
absolutely.
Just put monorails everywhere.
Yeah, but you won't be affecting the environment. Just put them up high. Don't keep them on the ground. Don't go disturb any waterways. And
But
just make it right.
The only thing is you'd have to have a lot of. Well, Coletti was mentioning this actually. I mean, I'm giving him credit to him. Even though it was a drunken haze, he doesn't remember talking about it. You know, at the stops, it has to be air
3.3
conditioning.
miles
Stuff
apart,
like that.
The way I look at it,
air-conditioned
man, is
It's
like-
hot, too hot
hubs.
down here. You got to have air
It's too
conditioning.
hot down here, but I believe down here they made a lot of mistakes building the roadways and everything because people forget you live in the earth, not on it. So you kind of want to live with the environment. So build something environmentally friendly. If it costs more, oh well, it'll last longer and it'll be all right.
And you think like a monorail system be good?
A monorail system would be good because, first of all, there ain't going to be no cows walking across the way. Actually, the state of Florida has the largest cattle herd in the United States of America. Think about it. Everybody thinks Texas is, but actually the state of Florida is.
Yeah, right outside of all the major cities, they have all the cows.
I mean, this is a perfect environment. There's grass all year round. There's water all the time. It's great. So that's why they have so much cattle over here.
Mm-hmm. So picture a train system throughout the state of Florida, man, to be honest with you. Think about it.
No, picture.
Think about one just here in this area. Picture it coming, having like a monorail system coming down each of the bridges, the main bridges, the Howard Franklin, the Gandy, the Courtney Campbell, right? And just going all the way down to the beach. And you could just take that and,
Actually, Rob, you lived in the state of Florida for quite a while, right?
yep.
You live in New York now? Basically, people do not know how to drive here because it's such a melting pot of different people, of different cultures, different states, everything like that. So everybody brings along their driving habits. So it kind of makes driving a little bit stressful down here. So I would rather much get on a freaking train and go to Key West or Miami and not have to worry about it, have a couple cocktails, whatever, be there in a couple hours. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I'll bring my family. No worries. If you get
Absolutely.
bored, take the kid for a walk down the train.
That's right.
It's just stupid to me. It's just people are living like. You ever? What's that one movie called? Idiocracy or something?
Yeah. Idiocracy.
That's what basically America's turning into.
No, but it's not just all America. There's different pockets where there's
More like
more
the-
idiots.
I'm
And
sorry
I
for
think
getting
I think you've come to this conclusion on your own, and that's helpful. I've been preaching it the whole week. But you've come to realize that Florida is truly distinctly made up of all the idiots from all over the country who screwed up their lives and decided to start over somewhere else.
But
And this is where they came.
you
And this
can't-
is what it's founded on.
You can't. No, actually, you can't point your finger at just Florida. You got to look at New York and California and Hollywood. All the people in the Midwest. Oh, let me go be an actress. I'm gonna go to Hollywood. I'm gonna be a big star. Or I'm gonna go to New York. I'm a big fashion designer or whatever. So everywhere is basically a melting pot. Unless you live in a small town that goes back generations, it's not a melting pot. So
What the hell's Coletti doing?
Coletti's about to go take a leak because he has definitely had too many beers.
One thing we were talking about the other night, Tobe, we were talking about moles.
Yeah.
Remember that? Do you remember that
Yes.
little conversation?
Actually, yeah, I remember that
You
conversation.
have a mole.
Yes.
And I have a mole.
So do you.
That's
Well,
right.
you know, so did Marilyn Monroe and all the other hot chicks back then, too. I guess that's why they call it back then a beauty mark.
What is up with moles?
I think it's like cancerous sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, they can be cancerous.
Again?
I'm not a doctor. I'm just a pizza man, but I'm just taking a guess.
Dude, let's talk about your pizza restaurant.
Yes. What do you want to talk about?
All right. Coletti, what were you going to get in here?
I'm back. Pizza. Stop with the pizza.
We're actually,
More pizza, Tobe.
I don't want to advertise Little Caesars. Yeah, so, we do have a busy pizza place. It is, like, one of the busiest pizza places on the west coast of Florida.
It's one of the...
It actually is. We sell
about
more cheese than
Jodo's?
anybody. Jodo's is all right. They were here for a while. And,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they're they're
there's
a
no
landmark, too,
comparison.
just like us.
They
I
are.
mean, there's other pizza shops out there. But the thing that pisses me off...
But Jodo's has like 3 different places, so wouldn't they be the most...
They're not that busy, though, because they don't make that good of a pie. Like, okay, for instance, you go to Jersey. There's a good pizza shop on every corner. Everywhere you go, the pizza shop's going to be good or it's out of business. It's gone. Down here, there's only one good pizza shop. There's no good pizza shops down here. It sucks. I mean, you can't find a good pie unless you go to Little Italy or whatever.
Why is it so good at Little Italy?
It's so good at Little Italy because we basically stayed with the basics. My dad learned how to make his pizza in Long Island, New York. And using comolines, we actually marinate our dough in oil for 24 hours. So that's what gives us his flavor and the crunches and the texture of the pizza.
But wait, didn't he learn how to make pizza in Italy?
No, he didn't learn. He's actually a captain on a ship in Italy. He started when he was like 14 years old. That's what they basically sent the kids to do over there is go work on a ship, and that was your livelihood.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it anymore, and because he told me stories like he'd be sleeping at night, and he'd be on some old Italian cargo ship, and all of a sudden rats would be eating at the bottom of his feet. And he'll wake him up, and it'll, like, freak him out. So, like, he's like, I don't want... I mean, then he moved up to a bigger ship, and then he's actually a captain on the Prime Minister of Italy's ship for a few years, and then he decided to come over to America and try it out. And he came to Long Island, and he got a job at a pizza shop, because that's what he wanted to do is make pizza, because Naples is basically the
Mecca.
The Mecca of pizza. We invented pizza.
Right.
So that's what we know how to do other than
the
shipping
margarita, the pizza margarita.
Pizza margarita is actually named after the Queen of Spain, Queen Margarita.
Okay.
I forgot her first name, but that's where they got the name. But they wanted to show the Italian pride, so they put basil, green for the Italian flag, white mozzarella, and red tomato sauce. And that's the colors of the Italian flag, so they wanted to show the pride of the Italian flag.
They do that a lot, right? Because, like, I heard before that you have marinara, right?
Yeah, marinara.
Marinaра's red.
Yeah, it's
then
red.
you have pesto's green. And then you have Alfredo, and that's white. Is that basically...
It all depends on what part of Italy you're from. Northern Italy, they tend to use more cream. And the people from the southern Italy, like Naples, where my father's from, they basically cook more like seafood. Like, so your shrimp scampi came from Naples, and your fettuccine Alfredo came from Florence or something like that.
How do you feel about the way that northern Italians and southern Italians treat each other?
I've been to Italy over probably like 20 times growing up and everything like that, going there every summer. And I never been to Rome. I never been to Florence. I never been to Venice or Milan or whatever. And I really don't have the desire to.
Why haven't you been there?
I don't know. Maybe like I just like the atmosphere of Naples. It's like the New York feel. That's what New York was built on.
Dude,
that's what Little Italy's from. Everybody basically from Little Italy is from Naples or Sicily. Do you ever hear anybody from Florence in Little Italy?
I'll tell you one thing though, Naples is a pretty dangerous city.
It is, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's a dangerous city.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to talk, it's a dangerous city.
Yeah, when I was there, like for instance, they just drive around and go right through the red lights. They go right through the red lights, Coletti. I was driving with my cousin or whatever, and she's like, "Watch this." It goes right through.
I did
she
that
was
too.
bringing us around.
I came between two cars in Italy and whatever, but you basically had to drive like that. But when they came over here, like actually my cousins and my aunt was over here a couple weeks ago, and they were more scared driving around here than what they are in Italy, because cars over here they travel at a faster rate of speed.
Yeah, and they're bigger too.
Oh, they're a lot bigger and they're faster. Over there, the roads are smaller,
Yeah,
so they drive a lot smaller.
So crazy. The roads are so small, man. You have all those small-ass little cars.
Yeah.
Like the Cinquecento Fiat.
Oh, yeah, Fiat. I remember them growing up, yeah.
And everybody has one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, not everybody, but
Lorenzo
a lot of
has one. He has, like, an old school one, like, from the 50s. He, like, just has, like, in his like, garage, and he'll fix it up and shit like that.
Well, the funny thing is basically I just purchased a Toyota Matrix. My aunt from Italy sat in it, and she thought it was like a minivan. It was humongous.
Really?
Compared to the cars over there. Every car over there is so small because the streets are so small. And
what's up with your aunt?
My aunt?
Yeah, she just came over here?
Yeah, she just came over here to visit.
So where's she from? She's from Monte
Yeah, she's from Monte Prussia, yeah.
And how long did she stay for?
She stayed for like 3 weeks. I actually had to fly up to Philly and bring her back here because she doesn't speak any English. So I just had to fly up there for one day and come right back. It kind of sucked, but it's my aunt. You got to take care of family.
The other night when we were hanging out and drinking beers, you said that Columbus was really a Jew. What the hell is that about?
The thing was that during the Spanish Inquisition, they're going after Jews, basically. And,
And here I am. We're out here again for the second time trying to record some stuff that Toby's actually allowed to put on the radio. And I bring up something about Columbus being a Jew. Anti-Semitism. Let's definitely get some anti-Semitism on you recorded. That's
okay.
great.
And yeah, he was a Jew, and he didn't want to be persecuted during the Spanish Inquisition. And he basically said he was Italian from the town of Genoa, Italy. And they believed him, and he had a brother, too, that was a Jew, too. The way they figured this out is that his handwriting was Jewish.
Are you serious?
Yes. I mean, believe me, I'm Italian and all that shit, but, like, I believe, like, definitely St. Patrick's is a fucking Italian, so fuck you, you stupid mix. Sorry, we're in Florida, so there ain't that many Irish down here, but I apologize. I respect everybody's heritage, but it's a feud that's got to keep going on.
Yeah, but
it's part of history.
So St. Patrick, he was Italian.
He was Italian, yes.
Well, and that was why?
It was why because his family was actually missionaries from Rome, and they were staying in London, and he actually got kidnapped and brought to Ireland. He escaped, came back to London, and then he went back to Ireland, and he got rid of all the rats, blah, 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 or whatever. He helped stop the plague.
I thought he was just from, like, a place that was owned by the Roman Empire.
No, he basically came back with Roman knowledge of cleanliness, and he taught the Irish people to actually take a bath, and you won't get sick, and get rid of your sewage out of your house. And it stopped the plague.
Where'd you hear that about Columbus? That's crazy. I never heard that before in my life.
It's called, I never went to college or anything, but I do watch the History Channel.
It was on the History Channel?
Yes, sir, it was.
Maybe you should check, like, a couple of
I'm
sources.
just going to chime in right now. I've been hearing a lot. You might want to check your sources.
No, but I guarantee this happened, man. Come on, dude. He wasn't Italian, bro.
No?
No, he couldn't have been.
Why?
Because I don't know. He's too pale, dude.
He was?
Actually, Ben's actually not as dark as us, but he's from northern Italy.
Why don't you
Genoa
take
is
a look,
northern.
Tobe. How dark are you right now?
But, dude, you live in Florida.
Dude, but Jewish
So do
people
you.
get dark.
They do? Okay.
Jewish people are dark.
I don't know. I really don't want to talk
There's
you're
all
a Jew,
kinds of
Toby.
different Jewish
Maybe you're a
races
Jew.
out there. you know?
No. But the thing is, I respect Jewish people, so I'm not going to go there.
I've dated a few.
They're a part of America.
So Columbus was a Jew-Dago.
Yep, a Jew-Dago. That's where the term actually originated. You see, back in 1741...
Well, Toby's...
Hey, we're about to get rained on.
Really?
Yeah, in about, well, it depends. It's going to break apart. It never really rains at Show Island, so we should get a break in the storm. We should be okay.
This would be cool, man, if I ever did, like, stay down here enough and whatever. We had just have a podcast on the boat all the time.
Yeah, this is it.
The
Wait.
Boatcast.
Wait till the sailboat's ready. Then we can come out here, cruise out here.
And then go over to the other little sandbar over there where everybody's at and go interview all those drunken girls.
Yes, this is all what you need. We'll send the tender to go pick them up.
Yeah, we'll have a big Bobby Pickles podcast boat.
Yep, with a flag on the sail.
Yeah.
You'll sponsor a sail.
Absolutely. And we'll pull up and we'll have little raft boats go out and you'll
Fly
be
the mainsail.
You'll be in charge of the little raft boats and the people that are on them. It could be those paddle boards too.
Toby and I will be in charge of the entire operation.
Of course. I mean, what do you think? I'm going to drive the thing, go and find different people to interview.
Absolutely.
Well,
Send
actually,
people out
I wouldn't
there.
really harass the tourists too much.
Harass, of course.
But I am a shell key guardian.
But as far as harassment, where do you draw the line on harassment? That's a repeated offense.
Well-
See, harassment is a repeated thing. You know, if you're actually just doing it once, that's technically not harassment.
Wow. That is deep.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
Well, that's a deep subject.
No,
You're
what I got to say
absolutely
is,
right.
what about the birds, dude?
The birds? We won't talk to them yet.
What do you mean?
They're still mating.
No, like all these tourists and shit bothering their land. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? Should we have a big party out here?
Oh, Toby, what's the matter with you? You think you can be the only person that can park out here
No,
on Shell Island?
they're going to take away my drinking privileges.
They
out
already
here,
did.
then-
You're not allowed to drink here anymore. Don't you read the paper?
Listen, guys, before we got interrupted, I was going to bring up a story, and I just wanted to get a little insight onto what you guys thought about this. All right, so being a Floridian, moving up to New York, you know the different regions of Florida. If you go to the South Florida, there's a lot of Jewish people, right? in South Florida area.
Yeah, Boca, stuff like that.
Boca.
Yeah, I mean, you hear
West
jokes about it
Palm.
all the time.
But regionally, the way that Florida is, there's not too many on the West Coast, and also up into like Jacksonville and stuff like that. That's more of a good old boy kind of, that's the feel. Everybody's driving a truck.
Well, basically, I grew from South Carolina, Alabama. They moved to like Jacksonville, St. Augustine.
Anyway, my whole point is, didn't get a lot of experience growing up with Jewish kids or anything like that. I think I only knew one, this kid named Ross, and that was it. And he had like Hanukkah and stuff like that or whatever. But that was it. So I moved up there, and it was it was totally different, man. You see everybody, they're out on the trains, and they have their yarmulkes on. Or you go to Williamsburg, and you see the Hasidic Jew population, and you see Hasidics everywhere. They're just dressed up like that, walking around everywhere, conducting business like that. It's a normal thing for a Friday. Shabbos starts, and at sunset, they all have to be gone. They're not on the street until, I think it's Saturday night the next night, or Saturday morning the next morning, whatever. But they just refrain from doing anything. People who are Jewish get off from work because of that. They're allowed to leave on Friday at like 4 o'clock.
Well, you can't really just knock on the Jewish people because
I'm not knocking on Jewish people. What I'm sharing is my experience.
Yes.
Now being around them and.
The way I look at it, Rob, you live in New York City. I live down in Florida, but I've been in New York before, and I heard people preaching the Bible on a few corners. And it's kind of annoying sometimes when you're waiting for the light to turn green and walk across the street when you hear some guy sitting there preaching, yelling in your ear, make you feel a little uncomfortable. So it kind of kills me that you're paying attention that the Jewish people with the yarmulkes, whatever, and the dreidels, whatever they use, and blah, 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 but you're not paying attention to the guy on the street corner saying you're going to hell or we're all going to die. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Well, I just think it's interesting that it's like so prevalent there, and you just see so many Jewish people, and where I worked for a Jewish guy first time when I first moved up there, and I managed the store, right? And I was just sitting there one day, and all of a sudden this like Hasidic guy comes into the store, and he goes up right to the front of it, and there was this little thing that was hanging there, and he started like blessing it or something and praying right there. I walked up to him. I was like, whoa, what are you doing? He thought I was like Jewish or something like that. But basically, where it came down to, I figured out what this was. It's called the mezuzah, whatever. And they put, and then the Jewish owners put it hanging on all of their establishments, or they hanging on Jewish people hanging on their door for Passover and stuff. But that's something you don't see around here.
Yeah, but the way you look at it is, have you ever worked with a Muslim person?
Yes.
You have. Okay, well, I work in a pizza shop, and we actually had a Muslim person working for us. His name's Kareem.
We work with all kinds of different people.
But yeah, all kinds of different
whatever. Ethnicities,
Albanian,
anything
whatever.
you can think of.
Yes. Yeah, works in
Albanian,
a pizza shop.
yes.
Yes, a lot of Albanians.
Albanians are taking over New York, traditionally Italian-American shops.
It's not really...
How about that? You want to talk about that?
No, it's not really taking over. It's that they're having a problem in Italy right now finding pizza men that actually work in Rome, in Milan, and blah, 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 because it costs so much to live there, and they're not paying as much. So they're hiring Egyptians to come in there and take the place of the Italian pizza makers. So the same thing's happening in New York. The cost of living goes up. You get cheap labor because they're not going to be able to afford it unless your pizza's going to cost you $40. I mean, that's the only way to offset the cost. Mm-hmm. Because back then it was like you're a superstar if you're a pizza maker because you're making $800, $1,000 a week back in the 80s and early 90s, and back then that was a lot of money. So what are you going to do? You can't pay that, and there is inflation, but how are you going to be able to compensate that?
No, but this is like the bigger picture. What I'm talking about, like in New York, I don't know if it's. I guess there is
the cost of labor, man. Albanians come over here. They're working. There's no jobs in Albania,
but they live there too. So I was looking for a place to live after I was living in Brooklyn, right? And I settled on Staten Island, and I don't know why I did, but before that, I was going through this thing where I would go to the different traditional where Italian American communities were, like Bensonhurst and shit like that. Or I went to the big one was in the Bronx. On Arthur Avenue, that little Italy in the Bronx right there, in like the Fordham section area, it's this little conclave of Italian Americans, and they're getting encroached on by Puerto Ricans, blacks, and Dominicans, and they completely encompass the Bronx.
But
and there's one little area like that big. But if you go into some of the places now, they're owned by Albanians. They're not owned by Italian Americans anymore.
Well, you look at it as the Irish were here before, and they all moved out of New York. There used to be Irish communities in New York, but they all disappeared. It's the same as the Italians.
Yeah,
as time goes on.
Due to gentrification and stuff like that, too. But
It's just basically being
different people
Americanized.
move in.
It's getting Americanized and living the American dream.
all those little areas are completely changed now.
They're all spreading out. They're basically it was all confined before, and they're all spreading out now.
But the reason why so many
They're all going to Jersey.
You're saying so the reason why a lot of Albanians are probably doing that though, it's because of this
It's just
cheaper-
it's just
but that's what's happening
It's
in-
not just cheaper labor, but they also know how to speak Italian because they're so close to Italy. They're closer to the eastern coast. You know what I mean? I'm more on the western coast where Naples is and everything, but the eastern coast is only 100 miles or whatever between them. I remember hearing stories when I went to Italy of people on speedboats bringing over cigarettes from Albania to Italy. So it's just Italians and Albanians basically have the same kind of heritage, and they
but don't they kind of get shit upon in Europe, Albanians?
Yeah, basically they do. They're like, everybody looks down on them, even New Yorkers. I have a guy from Long Island working for me, and he complains about Albanians from being up in New York. Actually, he complains more about Russians than Albanians.
Yeah.
He said in Sheepshead Bay, forget about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
They're all over the place.
But it happens. Eventually, the Russians will thin out. Eventually, the Albanians will thin out. The Italians, they don't want to do pizza anymore because they don't make the money they used to. So why would you do something if you don't make the money for it? So
what are they doing?
They find other jobs. They actually become realtors. They actually become dentists. They actually go to college. You know what I mean? They don't basically have the mindset of just sitting there working all the time.
This is like the same thing that that dude, the Italian-American president, was talking about, Joseph V. Scelsa. On one of my podcasts, I went and I interviewed the curator of the Italian-American Museum on Mulberry Street. And I went there and I conducted it at the museum with this guy.
Well,
it was a touchy subject with him. He was not feeling my vibe, you know. He was definitely like in the schooling me, and I was not thinking correctly.
Well, Robin, this is what I was trying to explain to you earlier.
Here's Ben. Ben loves this. Anytime it comes down with me, you know, and some kind of psychotherapy on me.
Rob, you're an excellent, outstanding person. You just put up a little bit of a wall sometimes to the world.
But anyway, so let me talk about this Italian-American Museum. Yeah. So I just was sharing how my papa was involved in that stuff, but he never legitimately like joined any kind of anything. You know, he's never like a maid guy. Well, but he had friends
Italian.
He had friends who were. He did things. He did little stupid things here and there, right? And he's open about it now because a lot of those same guys are dead. That's what he says. But I was sharing this with this guy at the Italian-American Museum. He said, like you were saying, all these people, they're all becoming realtors, they're becoming doctors, lawyers, they're starting to do other things. They're not keeping the parents' pizza shop and running it continuously and stuff. They're choosing to do other things with their lives, right? And he said that 99.9% of Italian Americans are not in the mafia.
No, it's just.
But I was saying, well, I must be the 0.09% tile because I do know somebody that's very close to me.
Why
Okay, now I'm going to chime in here.
Okay.
Rob, I think you've overstepped your bounds.
Okay, listen. Italians, the
First rule of Fight Club.
No, but Italians, the mafia, whatever, I have trouble saying that because, you know what I mean, there's all types of mafias. There's a Russian mafia, there's a Chinese mafia, there's a Mexican mafia, there's the cartel, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. Irish mafia. And the Italians basically got betrayed because the Al Capones and everything, because they got their name out there and they got in the news and blah, blah, blah. So everybody basically stereotyped successful Italian as being in the mafia.
Mafia is a loose stereotype for organized, maybe not so ethical business or crime-related business.
Yeah, but who doesn't do it, man? Everybody does it. I mean, the Irish did it. You know what I mean? The Jews did it. The blacks did it. Whatever. Everybody did it.
Right.
So why everybody got to point their finger at the Italians? Why can't they get away with it?
Yeah.
I mean, just because Sopranos is on TV?
This guy's pretty
I
interesting.
would call the city management,
this
in
guy's
most
pretty
districts,
interesting, this guy, Joseph Scelsa.
State and government management.
Hold on. This guy's pretty interesting. This guy, Joseph Scelsa, he's on top of all that stuff, but he was also a professor at CUNY, Queens College, City University of New York. And it's like on 83rd Street, and there's a lot of Italian-American teachers, and they used to call it the 83rd Street Mafia. And he was really pissed about that shit, evidently. Told me to, like, look it all up. And
It's
whatever.
rude. It's rude. Because the Italians, the working Italians, actually get offended by that. Because just because we're successful doesn't make us mafia. I mean, that's what gives us Italian people a bad name.
Now, would you say behind every great fortune there is a crime?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say that. I mean, that is a saying. Okay, so they have some kind of legitimate lives that could have been founded on.
Do you think everybody makes their way to the top, honestly?
God, I wish I could say that.
What about Wall Street?
That yes, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I'll see. I'm trying to climb up there, and I've been honest so far. You know?
You never
What
be
do you-
successful.
And I know
being
you're a
honest.
persistent person.
You won't?
Not in this day and age. Because look at the politicians; they're all crooked. Look at all the businessmen, the people on Wall Street, everything. Everybody's crooked. How are you going to be
Is that
an
a mafia?
honest person?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. It's a worse form of mafia.
Is that the
no,
American
it's
mafia?
I'm sorry, it's
No.
it's
you know what? To
illegal
be honest
mafia.
with you, any kind of mafia, really, they are so low on the totem pole when it comes to the real mafia, which is basically the bankers and the politicians and all these different people that basically run us and rule us. They meet together in secret, and they forge their alliances through generations, through frats and different things like that.
Secret
I mean, it's,
societies.
I'm telling you, man. If you, I heard Alex Jones say this the other day. I love Alex Jones, and he said, I never went to college, but look at me. I went out there and I worked, and I made something of myself. There's no reason to go to college. If you're going to go to college, though, the best thing to do and the most beneficial and most value would be to join a fraternity. That would be it.
To
Yeah,
join
because
the
you get
alliance that
connections.
he's fighting against?
But that's what he was saying, though. I mean, it's
Hey,
he's making a valid point.
How,
He wasn't
how can
saying
you
that
have
it
an
was-
enemy if you're all on the same side? So that's very wise of him.
Yeah. It is very wise of him, and it's true.
If you make
I wish
your
I wish I
he
joined
makes
a
his
frat
money
when I was
by
at college. I didn't do it because I was a little
scouring
older.
his enemies. How can you have any enemies?
Yeah, like-minded people together, right? So, but what do you think about that, man? Isn't there like some deeper shit that we could talk about with that whole thought?
I could, but I'd rather
Why?
not.
Why? Why are you scared?
Rob, it's not that I'm afraid. You know, when we're at Shell Island, we don't talk about politics,
Stressful
race,
stuff.
religion, or anything that doesn't exactly affect us here in this boat or out on this island. Now, the weather affects us, the currents, the amount of beer, water, and other substances that we carry, sustenance, that affects us. Anything else? Most likely doesn't matter.
Well, the only thing I can think of is it's going to rain in about 30 minutes, but who cares? We might get cut off, but it doesn't matter. We're still at Shell Island. It's a beautiful state of Florida. I know a lot of people from New York put it down and think we're all rednecks and everything, but we're all not. It's a melting pot just like New York. You got a lot of crazy people up there, just like us. But you know what? They televise us because us crazy people down here do different things. Like,
Dude,
kill our
used to-
babies, Casey Anthony.
every single time I look in the paper and there's some fucking crazy bullshit happening,
has
it
to be
happened
from
in
Florida.
Florida.
It happened in Florida?
Wait,
Most
who
likely.
told me? Wait, did you tell me about the David Letterman thing?
I did not.
There was a David Letterman sketch that they used to do all the time, and they used to said, "Did this happen in
They do it on the radio now.
or Florida?" It was something or Florida.
They do it in Florida on the
I couldn't
radio,
remember though which
on most radio stations.
they do that.
Florida or not.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, why is that? Carl Hyacin is a great writer, right? He's from Miami. He wrote for the Miami Herald, and he wrote all kinds of books. He's awesome. Carl Hyacin, Floridian, born and raised down in South Florida, despises Florida and talks about how shitty and corrupt it is. It is so corrupt. He says,
Yes.
and I'm going to just paraphrase it. Basically, Florida is like a sludge of all the waste that comes down, and it goes all the way down the state. And God, I got to look that up, man.
If this is actually
Well-
aired in New York, you know the old saying, come on vacation, leave on probation. That's from Florida.
Right.
So it's
Let me-
He
basically,
basically said like all these deadbeats and horrible people down here, and you'd be amazed how many people run for public office.
everybody tries. Whoever has problems in their home state, they come to Florida. If you
So
there's
it is a melting pot, Toby. But
It
it
is.
is a melting pot.
It's the
Of crazy
Australia
people.
of the United
not
States.
the people that you would want to have around you.
Yeah, but you know what? There's also great people. We're all
Yeah,
sitting here together,
most people
right?
are relaxed
I
and
mean,
laid
there
back.
are some normal people down here. We're all not rednecks. We're all not escapees from their drama. And some people are down here are good, just like there's some good people in New York.
I don't want to be negative, but it's just such an overwhelming amount, though, that I see.
Yeah, but Rob, I wouldn't be talking about this because you're out in a shell island and there's no houses, nothing around. So
Yeah, but I'm about to board a plane in like 4 hours.
I don't think that's going to happen, Rob.
I am. I'm going to go to the Jersey Shore tomorrow.
We're
It's gonna be
actually
just
Yeah,
like
but this
oh
is-
boy,
Jersey
we
Shore's
ran
gone,
aground.
didn't you hear?
Currently, we are aground on Shell Island. We will not be making it out today.
all right.
Air temperature is 77 degrees.
Slight breeze.
Slight breeze.
Yeah, Rob really thinks he's going back to New York today, but the thing is that he has so much anger and hate towards Florida for some stupid reason. I mean, if you guys in New York hate Florida so much, why do you fucking come down here? Why do you complain?
Well, it's not everybody. Not everybody hates
Well,
it like
a lot
I
of
do.
people, do. You know, what I mean, why do you move down here? If you don't like it down here, stay up there, enjoy the snow, enjoy the traffic, enjoy the people. Why you come down here? Why complain about it? We're rednecks. Get over it.
I'm not complaining.
You know what I mean? I won't go to the fucking Bronx.
Why not?
Huh? I mean, if I go to New York, I'm just going to go to Manhattan.
Fuck.
Too much wind? Yeah, you're not in the right place. And by the way, New Yorkers, I got something to say. Your pizza sucks. And Jersey pizza is a lot fucking better than what you guys got.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
You know what? Have you ever been to L&B Spumoni Gardens?
Just like you were complaining about, different heritages are taking over the New York pizza and stuff. Well, all the Italians, they all moved to Jersey and Florida and stuff. So the good pizzas is elsewhere now.
You know what? You make a valid point, actually. That's why I'm in Staten Island. Staten Island's basically Jersey.
Yeah.
What was that shit you were talking about Coletti's musical preferences?
His?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're saying something about his musical preferences.
I don't remember that.
You don't?
How long ago?
It was just the other day when we were talking about topics to talk about. Does he have weird musical preferences?
I am very eclectic in my musical preferences, you might say.
You are?
I would have to say.
Like what? What do you mean?
Well, the only thing I really don't listen to is mostly country. Is that why you're playing it right now,
I like
Toe?
country.
You
No,
like
it's
country?
not. Yeah, I don't mind country.
You fucking redneck.
I'm not
He
a
is a
fucking
redneck.
He
redneck.
is. That's why he's sticking up for it so
you.
much.
Oh, man.
Whatever, man. You fucking New Yorker.
Is there any music you don't like, Toby?
Huh?
Is there any music you don't like?
I really don't like rap.
Okay,
Like
so
deep
as
rap.
Toby used to
Little Wayne, no.
Toby used to listen to rap, hardcore, then death metal, then this,
Down
so
in
he
the
can't really
bird,
say
dog.
anything about anything. Now, the only thing I never really listened to was country. So I can honestly say I don't prefer country. Everything else I'll listen to.
I don't either. I hate country.
I mean,
But now, Toby, you say you hate. Now, that's horrible. Why?
hate is a strong word. Maybe dislike.
What do you dislike?
Um,
What do you dislike?
I mean, the new rap is kind of different now. It's not like the old rap, and I kind of grew out of it. It's basically a teenage phase. And I'm more open to all different kind of musics. You know what I mean? Like bluegrass, I enjoy.
Well, that's a form of country.
I mean, it's a form of country.
You know what? I like bluegrass.
But you know what? I also like R. Kelly.
Actually, you know what? I actually like Johnny
Whatever.
Cash.
Johnny Cash? That's
Yeah.
not bluegrass.
No, but he's country music.
A little bit.
So you can't completely say all country sucks.
No, I mean, all country doesn't suck.
And have you ever heard of Graham Parsons?
No, what about that Florida Georgia line song? I mean,
Hold on. Have you ever heard of Graham Parsons?
no, I don't really listen to follow country that
Dude,
much.
hey, I didn't know who he is either. This could be a business thing for you, too, that I ask you a question about, okay? And then you can give me your real thing about it, both of you guys, okay? So,
I need a little
Martini,
more slack.
you know, who helps me concoct ideas for my T-shirt line, Fat Enzo, which is based on people of history, right? He wanted to do one for Graham Parsons. This guy died in 1973 or 1974 or something like that. He's not very well known. He's only 26 years old, but he was very influential he created like alt country, like basically a combination of rock and country music and stuff like that he's credited for.
Like,
he was in the Byrds.
Southern rock.
Yeah, he was credited for like creating it and stuff like that, basically, or being one of the founders of it.
Well, it seems like all country music now is like Southern rock.
He lived a very interesting life, and he died 26 of a drug overdose, just like so many other people, right? In the Joshua Tree Inn out in Joshua Tree, California. And we're going to have a picture of him in his suit that he always used to wear that had like imprints of roses and pot leaves on there. Him sitting there, and behind it has the hotel sign, Joshua Tree Inn, and it says check in to check out. What do you think?
Is that what you're going to build, or is it already
We're
there?
going to do it. We're going to do it. It's one of the...
Why not?
You like that idea?
Why not?
Well, because I thought that he was too obscure. I mean, our shit is obscure anyway, but this guy is fucking obscure. I've never heard of this guy Graham Parsons ever in my life.
It's amazing when you Google something, you'll find a lot of shit out.
Yeah.
Can't believe
But do you
everything
think
you see
there's
on the
enough
internet.
market for that? Who the fuck? I don't know
like,
what the hell it is.
The hipster people like it, but what I told you before is the chick idea, the clothes from Italy.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's that?
Toby's really on one with this one.
Talk to me about it.
Like, I went to Italy this past summer, and I was around a lot of Italian women because my wife's cool and she lets me go out and like explore and shit, whatever. So a lot of late nights, whatever. And I just seen
Going
what
exploring,
Italian,
just walking around, hanging
I
out.
was just walking around, hanging out, just looking what the Italian women actually wear, and what they wear is just
You're
sex-
basically checking out Italian girls.
No,
right?
not checking out, but just like I look at women
Observing.
as I look at women as statues. You're a beautiful thing.
Okay.
And the clothes they're wearing is just it actually left stuff for your imagination. It was great. It was beautiful clothes, and I think that they should have the same thing in America. Because the thing in America is like all the girls think they have to show your butt cheek in one corner, or one side, left side, or your cleavage or whatever. But in Italy, they leave stuff to the imagination. That's what makes you sexy.
God, I love that. That is so fucking true,
It
man.
know,
absolutely
but-
is.
but
you don't wrap presents on Christmas for nothing.
No, you don't. You got to leave something for imagination.
All right, so anyway, so you got the idea of
I
what?
mean, of bringing Italian women clothes to America, because a lot of American women are skinnier. They have a lot nicer bodies, and if they wear these clothes, it's fucking hot.
Mm-hmm.
And why not?
And so basically what you're proposing is I am going to do this, right, with Fat Enzo,
Yes.
have the women line
Yeah.
of will just be me importing and exporting.
Except for the
Italy.
name has to
Very-
change from Fat Enzo to something like
That will be the
Bella
umbrella.
Fabrique.
Of course, that'll be the umbrella company. There's a difference between a brand. You can have numerous brands underneath one
Of course.
umbrella
You
company.
know what? Bring-
Listen to be Fat Enzo's. Everybody's gonna know that it's really Fat Enzo.
Bring-
All of us know
Yep, under the Umbrella Corporation.
it. Yep.
Just bring some nice clothes, Italian clothes, to America, because like when my wife was over there, she brought a dress from Target and she was wearing it, and everybody thought it was like the most expensive thing in the world. But she just bought it at Target for $20. But in Italy, that same dress would be $80. So it's ass backwards. So if you can figure out a way to sell Italian stuff over here cheap, I mean not cheap, but get cheap stuff from Italy and bring it over to America and sell it for money, and bring the cheap stuff from America and bring it to Italy and sell it for money, it counteracts everything, and you make money off of that.
Maybe I could just do that import-export stuff, just fund me while I do other things.
Well,
And I go to, I'm doing the Fat Enzo stuff. That could serve as, payment for the travel and everything like that.
I would make that your main priority.
That's why they call it fund. If you drop the D, it's always fun.
And it'll be fun as well.
If you can fund yourself to go to Italy every 60 days at least, wouldn't that be fun?
Then I'll be really doing the Ben Coletti thing, right?
You will. You'll learn.
The
You'll learn.
Jack Coletti thing, sorry.
Correct.
I'll be really putting myself in the position where that's always been the goal for me. That's always been part of the whole thing.
Master plan.
The master plan is to act like a Jack Coletti type. Go in, some foreign land. Come on over here. 17 years old, whatever, right?
Yep.
Procreate and have 6 kids. 6. I want to do the same thing that he did. Exactly the same thing. Because it was fucking brilliant, in my opinion.
I
and I'm
also
just an
have to agree with
observer.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm just an observer. What do you think?
I'm just going with it, bro.
You don't think that's smart?
Huh?
You're just going with it? You're like, fuck
No,
it.
like I think I had my fun. When you settle down at a younger age with somebody you're miserable with, you're gonna be miserable.
Mm-mm.
No, it's absolutely true. If you settle down with somebody you're going to be miserable with, you're going to be miserable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if you find somebody who's like your best friend, you don't mind being around them. I think love is more tolerance. If you could tolerate that person, then I think you love them.
I have a low
Just
threshold
like
for
family
tolerance.
members. I mean, I got family members that piss me off, but I still love them.
If you could tolerate them, then you love them.
Love is tolerance.
It's true.
Rob,
It's
I can
true.
tolerate you for a little short period of time.
Especially if you go to New York,
You
I
know.
don't think I could tolerate you too much.
Under 48 hours is great. After 48 hours, it becomes a little nauseating. I'm kidding with you, Rob. You know that.
No, the feeling's absolutely mutual.
Okay, all right. Then I don't have to cover it up.
I can't wait to get back.
It's getting deep.
I understand.
You're not going on a plane.
I am.
This lifestyle of boating and beautiful women
Actually,
must
when
be
this
very difficult
podcast
for you.
posts, I will be up there.
I believe
Yeah, this podcast can post.
It will post
this
it over-
podcast will decompose.
Sorry, man. It's just the waves and the beer.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
What's going on? You got to pee again?
No, I'm just standing up because I'm trying to go with the waves a little
Gain
bit
his
more.
bearings.
Yes. My gyroscope's off.
He needs to calibrate.
Yes. And I'm calibrating. And
Obviously,
I'm
you need another
celebrating.
beer then.
No, I'm actually not yet. I'm going to actually maybe get some water.
I think we threw that overboard to reduce weight to make the speed get here faster.
Well, rehydration's great. You ever heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
you-
do it in the morning and in the evenings.
Yeah.
I don't bother with that in the daytime,
Wow.
unless it's Gatorade.
That's great. That's just great. Where are we at now?
Yeah, just have a seat, man. Don't even stress.
Toby, relax. Are you okay? Are you having a good time?
Oh
Talk
my
about
God, there
whatever.
goes Ben being insecure again.
What do you mean?
Toby, you okay? You all right?
Does that really mean that he's insecure when he's asking those things?
You know, he just want to make sure everybody's happy. Ben's more
Can
of
we
like,
please just deconstruct Ben for a second? Ben,
Take it
tell,
down.
you're living on a boat.
he's
Not
going to be
yet.
living on a boat.
Very soon, though.
Explain this situation.
It's a situation, all right.
He's better off in a trailer.
No, Ben, okay,
This
you know
one's
what?
double long.
It's good I got you both here, and you guys can explain this to me. But basically, Coletti, you've really decided to take on this Floridian lifestyle 150%.
Well-
And you decided to live on a boat, a sailboat, parked outside of one of the properties of the beach resort that you manage, correct?
Correct.
It's parked out there. You sleep out there every night.
Not yet, but soon.
What do you mean not yet? This
Well-
is all the plan, right?
This is definitely the plan.
All right, tell me the plan.
The plan is to sleep on the boat, relax, refurbish, create an electric hybrid sailing vessel that might be named something in the order of. Toby, help me out here.
Well, we got to come up with a name for it.
Well, we
You
were
don't have a
talking
name
last
for it
night.
yet.
Since it's going to be one of the only electric sailboats in the Gulf Coast here, I was thinking we should incorporate it with historic electric. Hold on, we got. This is amazing. He's making it. All right, so that's how you navigate the channel over there at Shell Island. Fast
And aggressive.
and aggressive.
And furious.
He's not furious. He's just fast, aggressive, and
That was
controlled.
just dumb.
No, that was absolutely perfect. He knows exactly what he's doing. So, what we were talking about earlier, living on the sailboat. The
Tell me,
idea
man.
is to make an electric hybrid sailboat to replace the 4-cylinder gas engine with an electric drive system. It will be a hybrid electric with solar, wind, and regenerative sailing capabilities. So, incorporating the name of some kind of historical electronic or electric person, possibly like Tesla's
Tesla.
Revenge, would be a good, suitable name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
didn't somebody kill him?
Oh my God! Look at this dog. This dog's jumping on our boat.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
There's a dog coming. He looks like a golden retriever.
Dude, he looks awesome, man.
He looks like he may be retrieving us for somebody else.
I wish I could have Enzo out here.
Enzo would be great.
You don't like Florida.
I brought him to the beach numerous times.
Okay, so the boat that I'm going to live on was inherited to me by Tobia Spinelli, who we are talking with today, through his family members. It was passed down through generation, all within a period of about 1 month.
Yeah?
Toby, do you have anything to say about this?
Just thank me for the sailboat, Ben.
Toby, I want to thank you for the sailboat.
Do you want to put a pause?
Yes.
Thatbenzo.com.
All right, I got a question.
7 foot.
Question on.
Oh, no. We were just talking about sailing around the world and stuff, and you were saying that I wouldn't do it, Rob.
I wouldn't. We would need a break. You would need to be tied, or Toby would say, tied to the forward mast, and
Let him scream it out.
let him scream it out. He'll work
Then I was thinking about that one time that I saw the video of you tying that dude up on the dock of your house.
Oh,
You ever seen that?
that's confidential.
No,
That
come
is
on. Let's talk
confidential.
about that.
That's confidential.
Whoa.
Oh, what?
I don't believe he went there.
What?
Because, man, you can go to jail for that.
He tried to
shit.
commit
Dude, it was
suicide.
so
I was
long
averting
ago.
his suicide and pleading the fifth
That
at
was
the same
like
time.
hazing.
He tried to kill himself.
You tried to haze him, dude.
No, he
You're
tried-
like a fraternity.
He
beating him
tried
up, tying him
literally
up.
to kill himself. He was jumping off the dock,
Yeah, but
swimming
you
to the
lock him
bottom.
in the bathroom. You don't tie
I
him
didn't
up
lock
and
him
piss
to-
on him.
I didn't piss on him.
That's not what the videotape says, bro. What happened in the videotape?
That wasn't me,
Dude,
obviously.
what happened to that videotape? That was so funny. He had this dude, like, hog-tied
Who was he, by the way?
on the dock. And you're
He
like,
was a coworker.
Oh, yeah.
really?
I don't remember. I'm just agreeing with him just to shut him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
yeah,
then
that was,
why was
that
he acting like that?
He just robbed the place. Or, no, he robbed us before he robbed the place. We
Oh,
won't-
that's
you
why
know,
Ben beat him up.
He was supposed to pick up some beer, and somehow he showed up all drunk or something like that. You know, something similar to that story.
Ben just basically tied him up and beat him up.
No,
for
he
a
jumped
few
off the
hours.
dock. He was completely intoxicated. He was drinking like Ciroc or something, blue Ciroc or something out of the bottle. Jumped off the dock, dove in, said he was going to kill himself, and I didn't want a floater off the dock that I had to be liable for as a witness. I filled out Coast Guard paperwork before, and it's very extensive.
Yeah, but how many people got away with it?
Well, the bottom line is I had to go retrieve him on 3 separate occasions within the period of 1 hour.
Bro,
And so at that point, I proceeded
I had a
to
drunk...
hog tie him and neutralize his mouth with my fist.
I think this is like more like...
and then maybe I hit his head 3 times on the dock, as 3 times is what they say is the charm.
ouch.
And then he was quiet for a
Felony.
while. After about 45 minutes, he managed to weasel his way back out of his restraints. And I don't know if he had help or not. There was a lot of people there.
How
But
many times
he
this
jumped
guy
back in
pissed
the
his
water
pants?
again.
How many
That's
times
the
this
fourth
guy...
time he tried
pissed
to
his
commit
pants
suicide.
4 times.
No, he jumped in the water off the
Did
dock.
he piss
swimming
his
to the
pants
bottom,
while you were
trying to
kicking him
inhale
in the
water at the
stomach
same
or
time, saying
after?
he's going to kill himself. And his car was at my house. I did not want to fill out that paperwork. Simple as that.
Okay.
So we tied him up. We beat him up. We
yeah.
beat him up.
And false imprisonment. Yeah.
No. There was not false imprisonment.
In false imprisonment.
We just tried to restrain him. All I
Yeah.
had was a ski rope. So
Basically
that's what
kidnapping.
I used.
And then how did the video get taken?
Which is
I believe it was
stupidity.
Jared Wexler
Oh, really?
who recorded that. Yes, that's
you never
correct.
want to tape the scene of the crime.
I wasn't aware of this. I was I was just trying to maintain a calm and conducive situation for
then
everybody
why are
who was
you in
there.
the video most of the time?
So if somebody's jumping off the dock saying they're going to commit suicide, I will do my best to quiet them and restrain them, so everybody else has a good time. It's like you don't want a commotion. You mind handing me that?
there he goes. Back to Workman Ben.
It's gonna be interesting being completely drunk on the plane.
You're not going on a plane.
Unfortunately, I am too.
Well, you see, the thing is, Rob, is I'm married and have 2 kids, and I really do not want to get a BUI. So I recommend we stay here for a little while, let me sober up, probably about 8 o'clock, and we'll head back home.
Yeah, we can't do that, Tobe.
Yep, but we need to go bar hopping. Beach bar hopping is a lot better than the Jersey Shore. I don't think you got the memo, but there's a hurricane came through, or Superstorm Sandy came through, and it kind of fucked up the shore a little bit. So
I was there, Toby.
I wouldn't want to be there right
I was
now.
there during it. I was on Staten Island during it.
Yeah, so why don't you just enjoy Florida while it lasts?
Yeah, I am.
Beach bar hopping, Rob?
No,
Yes. Podcast from caddies?
that'd be fun.
Podcast from the beach trolley?
Yeah.
The beach transportation is better than anywhere in the state of Florida?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, I guess. You okay?
Everything's fine. Are you okay?
No, not with this fucking music playing.
You don't like the reggae?
You know what?
Reggae.
That's how it's pronounced.
Depends on where you're talking from.
So basically,
Basically, we're out of beer.
Let's talk about the meaning of life.
the meaning of
We're
life.
out of beer.
Are we out of beer?
We're out of beer.
No way.
We're absolutely out of beer.
Are we
Out
really?
of this cooler is out of beer.
But what about in the live well?
Maybe in the live well we have a little bit more. And this is our emergency stash. This is why you always break it up into two rationales.
Okay.
This is great.
So
Bro, let's talk about the meaning of life. Let's smoke some pot and talk about the meaning of life.
Yeah, but
I can't agree with
You
that.
can't talk about religion.
God damn it, why?
Because it's such a touchy
You
subject.
can't ever be a radio person, Toby. Because
Who, me?
Yeah, because
Toby's
you
not
have
trying to be a radio person. He's
I'm
trying to be a
not
pizza
trying-
person.
Man,
He's
I'm
doing
a
what he's
fucking
doing
pizza man,
best.
dude. I'm just doing my job. I had like a couple of violations in your
4 beers left in the
press-
cooler.
Whoa.
Or should
What?
I say live well?
There's what?
4 beers left in the live well.
That's it?
And this is why I stated in the beginning that, yes, 18-pack in order 2 times.
Yeah. It's true.
I don't even have a beer.
Don't hesitate to listen to Ben Coletti.
He's starting to sing now.
You're right.
The karaoke time on Bobby Pickles podcast.
Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. I want to tell you I love your way.
As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, he did not win American Idol.
At least get some background music with that.
Ooh, baby, I love your way.
I mean, I would not trade this lifestyle. Like, what Bob needs to do, he needs to get a camera and record these broadcasts because it just doesn't justify it.
I'll be
You guys-
introducing some video to this very soon.
We're gonna do it. It's in the works. It's actually in the works.
I can see the sunset in your eyes.
Turn that off. Can't have that on there anyway.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. You can get 6 seconds out of there. Anybody need a beer?
Sure. I'll take one of our last ones. So, Bob, or Rob, as I call you, let's have somebody interview you.
Go for it.
Now, why do you hate Florida so much?
Why?
This is coming from a Floridian. What hospital were you born in?
Bayfront.
You're same as I.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you like it down here?
Well, there's numerous reasons. Numerous deep-seated reasons why.
Are you just like
Deep-seated reasons.
Are you just pissed off at the world, or just pissed off at Florida?
Pissed off at himself.
Yeah, a little both. I mean, listen, I can't say Florida in a whole sucks, because actually I do like West Palm Beach and like Miami area and stuff like that.
So you're a trendy.
I don't really like
type
Tampa
person.
though. Tampa,
Nobody likes Tampa.
Tampa's
For-
not my thing,
But now the beaches, the Gulf beaches, the 14-mile stretch from Paso Grill to Clearwater Beach. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Take it or leave it. This is where my parents wanted to come. They wanted to move down here, and my whole family is up in the north. They're all in Connecticut. And growing up, I would always go up and see how they were and spend time with them. And I thought that their attitude was so cool. They didn't seem uptight like they do here. And
That's a lie.
Well,
That's a lie?
No, not a lie. It's
mis-
more like just because the people you hung out with,
misobservation.
yeah, it doesn't make it everybody from Florida the same fucking way. Everybody's different. You're hanging out with us on a boat right now, right?
I just would have loved to grow up with like all my cousins and shit like that, around my grandparents and everything.
So
I think that would've been
you
way
have
better.
what you think is a lack
Would've
of
been better than growing
attachment.
up in Florida.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't have that much family. I mean, a lot of family moved down or whatever, but I only had 2 cousins here. I mean, what's the difference between that and you?
But
You know.
but Toby made great friends,
yes, I had a lot of friends.
and that's the key: is long-term friends.
You
Anybody?
tell me I don't have a lot of friends?
No, I didn't
Come on.
say that.
I have
I'm just
numerous
trying
friends.
to say. It
Do you know
is-
me, bro? You know this is true. How many times have you been the best man at a wedding?
How many times?
That will tell you right there. I have been the best man at almost 10 weddings, probably. If I really sat here and counted them up.
Well, maybe they couldn't find anybody else.
Yeah.
Is that real? Like is that
I'm
is
serious.
that where you lay your standard of calibration to man?
No, I would just like to wonder. That's a big thing at somebody's wedding.
What is
and
what
they
is the
choose
best man's duty? I wish you could hear the amount of air pause.
I was the best man
What do
once.
you, well, what do you mean? On the
I was the best man.
Why? What
it's
defines
different in each
you?
one, man. Sometimes you got to clean up afterwards. You got to be there. You got to you got to give the toast. You got to put on the
So people
You
are
gotta
asking
make sure
do
you
a
don't
lot of
say
shit.
something
you to
stupid
do
on the
things.
toast.
yeah.
So you're basically a do boy.
You're just against marriage.
Oh shit! No, hold on. Drop something.
I just found it interesting that I've been asked to
That
do
is
I was
it.
the
very
best man
highly
once.
recognizable.
That should tell you.
Yes, I was with my brother Jeremy. It was great.
Just once?
Yeah, but I really never like going to weddings. I look at more like funerals back in the day.
The amount of friends a man has is the amount of times he's been the best man at a wedding.
Doesn't matter. He's the same kind of guy that says, "Hey, I got 500 friends on Facebook."
Well, that's got to stand for something.
How many friends do you have on Facebook?
I don't even know, man. I just turned it off.
What? You did?
If people want to be my friend on Facebook, then they want to be. I really don't post things on there. I think it's like when you feel insecure about yourself, you post it on Facebook.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what if you use it as a tool to market yourself?
And the tool of the marketers, nobody pays attention to that shit anyways. They
Hey,
want to see your drama.
The tool
They wanna
markets
see-
on Facebook, I think, is what you're trying to say. I think it's Toby's it.
The tool markets on Facebook?
You said no, or is Facebook a marketing tool? Take that back.
Facebook is a marketing
Analyze it
tool.
yourself. Is it?
I believe so.
I believe it is. It's
I
an
don't pay
excellent
attention
marketing
to
tool.
people when they advertise, man.
Depends on your market.
It's like, you that desperate?
No.
It's not exactly true.
I have a like page or what. You got the Buy Pickles podcast page and stuff like that, and it's cool, man. When people like randomly like it,
Yeah, it's cool when people randomly like it, but how many of your actually friends on Facebook actually like your podcast?
How many friends do you really
Yeah.
have, Rob?
I like your podcast because you're my friend.
But have you
That's
listened to
pretty
his
much
episodes?
bullshit. Huh? Have
you
I?
listened to any of them?
Yes, I have, yeah.
What have you listened to?
I listened to the one with
Ben Coletti?
Ben Coletti. That
What
was
else?
That was interesting. Bob Noxious. I listened a little bit of that. He's a great friend of mine.
Yeah, but that one hasn't even been posted yet.
It hasn't been posted, but I got insight on things. But I do listen to him. I did listen to that one English guy that you played the other day, and they're really interesting.
Yeah, we got to be into talk radio stuff, you know?
I mean, I'm definitely into it. You know what I mean? I listen to Bubba here and there, but he whines too much now, so it's good that there's people
It's
like
more
you.
real conversations.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, man, that's what people with radio needs. People need to hear the same situations they've been through.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to hear about, oh, my God, my Ferrari broke down and fuck, it took the guy 3 hours to come get me. You know what I mean? Nobody
That's what
wants to hear
Bubba talks
that.
about?
Not about that, but he talks about getting pussy and blah, blah, blah. But that's kind of like hanging out with a pervert all the time.
Bubba's awesome, though, right?
Yeah, he is. He's fucking great, man. That guy's funny. You know what I mean? A lot of things he does is funny. But there's got to be more real shit out there. What people have been through. You know what I mean? Like, I was hanging out with my boy, and he said he's fucking a girl, and she farted.
Well, you're either listening for comedy or information. And if you can do a little bit of both, I think you're ahead of the, average.
I wouldn't listen to Ben too much on that.
What do you want?
I don't know, man. This is
You don't want my opinion, I'll tell you that much.
No, not my opinion, because this is like
Do you think Ben is a valid person to even, like, listen to?
Yes, he is. He's
He
a
is?
very wise man.
Why?
He would be like a religious figure if you're living 3,000 years ago.
Toby, I appreciate the compliment.
No,
I don't know if you're just feeling
problem.
good because it's your birthday.
No,
or,
no, I totally tolerate
Why
you a
do you
lot,
feel
man.
like
I
that?
tolerate you a
Well,
lot.
actually, like we talked about before, Toby brought my mom to have me early, blah, 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 blah. And we've been friends ever since. We've had our, differences for a couple months, and we didn't talk for different reasons.
Bitchy girlfriend.
So we've resolved those differences, and we're now, again, friends. We talk business. We talk life. It's a good thing. I believe the length of your friendships define your character, and maybe not so much how many friends you have.
No, but I mean, the link's there too, man. If you're being asked to be the best man, I think that's a good indicator.
Rob,
length and girth are, definitely.
I knew that would end up.
you know what the problem with Rob is that he puts himself down too much.
What do you mean?
I'm a good judge of character on people, and you put off good vibes. You're not a bad guy. Stop. You know what I mean? You gotta go with it. Enjoy life a little bit more. Appreciate things a lot more. Yeah. You're a Floridian. You're born and raised down here. You belong down here. Hopefully one day I can say welcome home.
Are you serious? I belong here.
Yes, you
do. Absolutely, Rob. You absolutely belong here.
You can do a lot of damage.
There's a candle inside of you that glows for Florida.
But you're not. Because you know why? Because right now I'm looking at you. There's no cameras. And you're smiling, Rob. Because you know you're a Floridian.
I'll take
That's
a picture.
not true.
It is true. Oh my, there he goes. He's getting mad.
You're a Floridian in New York who's capitalizing on a different situation. I appreciate that. That's very
Dude,
wonderful.
You're still wearing the dorky Floridian clothes in Manhattan. Are you kidding me?
You wear sandals.
Sandal, Birkenstocks, serious or cargo
sorry,
pants?
No Birkenstocks.
I wear Birkenstocks. I love them.
Oh, fuck Birkenstocks.
They last like 3 years, bro. Fuck you.
You want to talk about something really interesting? The life of a shoe. It's something that I comment about a lot while I'm up in New York. I'm walking around.
Tell me.
I go through shoes once every 2-3 months. They're done, right?
Yeah.
Get nice ones, so you dress up, gotta go to work or whatever. Anyway, the life of a shoe in Florida is like fucking 5 years, 6 years, 10 years.
I'll retract that statement for you. Depends on your occupation and destination.
Ben, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I'm going to interrupt and say, how long does a bathing suit last you at the shore in New York?
That'll
Couple
last
years,
like 4
right?
years.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years, right? How long does a bathing suit last you down here?
4 days to 4 weeks.
Exactly. Depends who you're with.
4
or
days.
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses
Exactly,
last about
sunglasses. It's just a different lifestyle, Rob. You have to come back to your roots.
These are not my roots.
It
I
is.
did go back to my roots.
You know what? My roots are from Italy, but you know what? My life is in Florida.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Tobe. I'm sorry
to hear you like
now,
New York.
Without
you know
diversity, we would have no populace to the north. So where would that leave us in a transactional state? As far as generalized cargo and life-sustaining abilities, we need people to the north. We need to send these people who are what I would like to call
idiots.
pawns on the front line. They're the ones who deal with the harsh northern conditions, who deal with the front line, who die on a daily basis from
blizzards.
Dude, wait. What's the word for a southerner that goes north? I know carpetbagger is a person from the north who comes to the
south. But
word
carpetbagger
for
wasn't
that?
necessarily from the north to the south.
Yeah, it was.
It was general. It was a
I
generalized.
consider them as beach traders.
No.
Beach traders.
Oh,
Yeah.
beach traders.
Yeah, because you're going from a good beach to a nasty
See
beach.
this guy coming out here in the sea wind with the
Is that
I mean,
outrigger
I remember
canoe?
swimming in a Jersey Shore
Jersey
when I was a
Shore's
younger
nice.
kid.
Rob, I
and,
want you to turn around and take a look at this guy in the sea wind.
Yeah.
He's in an outrigger canoe. He's having a good time. He's powering through the current.
That fucking poor son of a bitch.
You know
Now,
what? And
why would you say that's a good thing right here? This guy's out here relaxing, enjoying his day.
actually, Ben Coletti, you might have to interrupt
Everybody
you there.
likes different things.
But
Exactly.
When I was in I remember
the
swimming.
kings,
like that.
the kings bask in the sun and piss where they please.
I remember going
It's true.
to the Jersey Shore when I was younger.
Coletti, where did you learn all these things that you say?
Like I said, I'm in touch with the universal consciousness or collective.
Did anybody pass down certain sayings?
My father absolutely did give me a little bit of insight onto how to connect words that relate to your current situation
How did he do that?
by giving a certain algorithm of foundation that teaches you how to connect. Now, Toby has the same exact thing in life. Toby understands life as I understand words. Now, you maybe be a word major, but I am a wordsmith. Toby is a lifesmith, and together we can talk, and maybe we'll have a good story at the end.
Oh, that made no sense, but I love it.
Yeah, it didn't.
But everybody
so
understood
great.
it, I hope.
It's definitely interesting out here.
The bottom line is, this word's a lie.
That's right.
If you, Rob, could take our words,
It's
compile
Bobby.
them.
It's Bobby, and I'm going back to New York in an hour.
Oh my God! You see, this is the Bobby. There's like two personalities. There's a Rob that we know, Rob the Wop.
Who's very relaxed and hangs
very
out
chill,
and
fucking
loves
party.
the beach.
Or
and
there's
good
me.
times in bikinis.
I'm Bobby. I gotta go to New York. Fucking shit.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We want the Rob.
Well, it's
We
not.
want Rob the Wop.
You got to be Rob till
He's
4 o'clock
buried
today.
so deep.
No, he's not. He was here a minute ago. You need to bring him
Rob
back.
the Wop would fuck his flight and go back another day when he can. And go bar hopping on the boat. Who in New York would like to go bar hopping on waterfront restaurants across the intercoastal waterways of the Gulf beaches?
Random individuals
Right
who would
now.
be perfect candidates.
Call
from
in right
different
now.
areas
Let me
of the
know.
United States.
Would you stay in Florida or would you take the plane to New York? Call in.
Stay in Florida.
I totally agree with you.
Yep. I'm going to be being dropped off by you guys at the nearest dock.
Well, that's up to us, isn't it?
That is, but that's the most stupidest decision Rob could ever make.
Stupidest.
Is
I
stupidest a
concur.
word?
It
You're
is
English
now.
major, right?
It is now.
Yeah, it's we can coin it.
It's a word
Yeah.
if you
I
say
got my
it.
point across.
We can
Just like
coin the
funner.
word.
I don't know why funner is not a word.
You can create your own
It
language
should
if
be.
you wanted
Dude,
to.
it's so much funner. That makes sense.
It does.
Yes, it does.
And there's no reason why that can't be a word.
And we're gonna go
my
back
mom
to the
yells at me all the
movie,
time. It's not
what-
proper grammar. It's just bullshit.
Was
I
that
mean, what is proper grammar? There's
Idiocracy,
so many-
I think you guys were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
This is how it happens.
I like,
but you go to
but
Italy
I
and-
like writing like that. Like when I write, sometimes I'll write.
Do it.
I'll say funner.
But
on
you
purpose.
make people like me understand you the better.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
no, just
come
for
on,
effect.
man.
Like if I was gonna say something like, write about how Toby was chilling here and stuff, and saying it's funner, and that would be the sense that you utter.
And like,
And your
like
proper-
periods and like question marks and shit like that in text messages and Facebook.
I do it.
Why?
I don't.
I do it.
Why would you bother?
I don't know.
Why?
I do it
Dude, you're-
because I
Hey,
You're-
Rob, I like
you're
hanging out with
grammatically
you. Explanation
stereotyped.
point.
it's grammatically correct. All of my texts.
man.
Now, depending on who you're addressing, I understand. But if you're in a hurry and you're conversing with somebody who is on the same page as you or a friend,
All right. Sometimes it gets lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Of course.
if you're going to text, if I
For
got
the
my
most
phone
part,
in the
though, I
pocket
write
and
it-
I'm
I
just
write it
texting
out
them by,
properly.
blindly,
For the most part, I write it out properly.
You know what? I don't. I really don't care. Okay?
don't worry
Education isn't everything.
about
I know
a thing.
people that got their masters in engineering and got out of college and weren't used to working and became repairman at Sears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to
So-
work at Sears.
You did?
Yep.
Tell.
I think I
Yeah,
was
tell us
15
that
years
story.
old.
Wow.
Worked there in the hardware department for about 3 months. I realized that just wasn't for me.
Sorry to me for interrupting you, but are these the crushed cigarettes where you squeeze and the little...
Don't squeeze yet unless you're ready for the menthol. He's ready for
It's
it.
not working.
No, you didn't push in the right place.
Oh, well, I won't worry about a thing.
Oh, now it's time for Coletti to worry about a thing.
So, Rob, how can we convince you to stay in the state of Florida
Hello.
and not go back there?
Can't do it.
What's up, idiot?
What's your excuse?
Gotta go back.
Yo, what's up?
Why do you have to go
to
back?
make T-shirts.
No,
You have to
I'm
make
out on another
t-shirts,
boat.
But you can at least enjoy one last night.
No,
Hey,
gotta get back.
hey guys, I need you guys to quiet down for a second. I got to take care of a phone call.
Okay.
I'm at Shell Island doing a podcast with the Bobby Pickles Show. Don't worry about that. Let's talk about what you need.
Oh my God, where do you fucking come up with this shit?
Right out of my brain, boy.
When are you going back to reality?
Depends on what you're looking for. I told you it's going to take till Monday for your signs.
Yeah, but I wanted to change something on it.
Well, then send me a facsimile or an email.
Call me when you get back on land.
Hey, listen, I need something from you. I need the title to the Land Rover.
It's in the safe.
I need it tomorrow in exchange for the signs.
Fine.
Fine. I'll talk to you soon. I'll call you when I... I see it.
I just got the title back to my Land Rover.
That's how you play business, my friends. Yeah. At the key point when somebody needs something, you take advantage of them and give them something they want.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome, Toby, and thank you. I knew this would all come together, and it came together on your birthday. That was my beer, or that was your beer?
That was mine.
That was yours. I'll get you another one.
I'm glad I gave you that sailboat.
Toby, me too. I told you. I'm glad I got the title for your Land Rover. I did it on the Bobby Pickles podcast.
You heard it right here, folks.
Really?
This has been a dispute for 2 years. We just settled it right now.
He tried to rip me off, and Ben just saved me from getting ripped off.
What happened?
I basically was stupid, and I wrecked a Land Rover I was borrowing. I mean, being Italian and everything, I believe if you break it, you buy it. So I bought it. And he ripped me off on it, and then he tried to get me on the Audi, too.
Really?
The Audi was in service. He put a lien from the Audi on top of the Land Rover, and Toby couldn't get the Land Rover title to sell it, so now we're back in business.
Wait.
Toby actually loaned me the Land Rover. I've driven it for, the past year?
Wait, back up.
Plus?
I'm so retarded.
Yeah.
I'm really retarded. I was going off for a second there. This is important. Tell me one more time what happened.
I had an Audi that I bought brand new off the showroom floor. It only had 13 miles on it, not even. And I paid it off, blah, 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 and I loaned it to one of my friends, actually.
I remember
Ben.
that Audi. That's
that
you always
black
had
one.
that
Whoa,
Audi.
don't
Nice
incorporate me in this. I only went in the car because you sent me in there when he was driving.
No, they keep an eye on things.
Yes, what I was going to do, grab the steering wheel at 40 miles an hour while we were jumping through trees,
No,
Toby?
but you've been like, you know what, you should slow it down a little bit.
I said that, but he was out of control. There's nothing you can do at that point.
What happened?
But basically, this guy wanted to take my ride, my Audi up. It was 2 years old after that.
Let me chime in here. I'm going to give you the preface. So Toby asked me, he said, hey, man, you want to go camping on the Swanee River? I got a really cool place. And I'm like, yeah, that would be great. And so he's like, yeah, my friend, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Gilchrist or Hillcrest or something or rather.
Gilchrist County.
Gilchrist County. And so we go up there in the Audi, which is an all-wheel drive, four-door sedan. It was definitely Quattro drive. All tires spun all the time in the dirt. So we go up there. We're having a good time. We got our tent set up out there on the Swanee River on a cliff that's about 40 feet, going down. Awesome view. And there's this road in Gilchrist County that we took down. It was about 3 miles long. It had about a 1-foot berm built by...
It was part of the land. He had to go shut the gate. So I was like, hey, just take my car up there and shut the gate. And Ben took a ride with him, and he basically was gone for a little while. And me and my buddy was standing there wondering where the hell they were at. And I kind of had my senses going, and I was like, oh, shit, they wrecked. So we just got in a truck, and we started driving towards them. And we ended up seeing them there up in the woods.
We were actually stuck in between 2 trees off the current path. The terrain of the land was very uneven, and if you're not very careful, his friend who he loaned the car to actually made a wrong turn, oversteered, locked up, and went straight off a cliff and stuck the car in between 2 trees. The car was actually up in the air, suspended.
Between a ravine.
Well, we had to climb out. The only option was to go out. Was it the sunroof or the back passenger window?
Really?
Either way, it was a drop. But, yeah, we climbed over the trunk. They hooked up the car to the truck, pulled it out, and...
So wait a second.
That was a very sore subject for Toby, I'm sure.
So wait, you and some other dude took the car.
Apparently, he had to do something. I didn't know it was about locking the gate until now. And so I was just told to go with, and so I sat in the passenger seat, put my seatbelt on. Now you got to mind, this is 2, 3 in the morning. We had been camping all day, and by camping I mean having a great time. That's where I was left.
Actually, it all started at Jiffy Lube when I got an oil change, and they actually drained my transmission fluid.
Was that before or after that?
That was before.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
They're idiots. And they drained my transmission fluid, and I told them they did, and they couldn't replace it. So they just said they did, and I was driving the car like normal. And then that happened. They ended up in the trees. And then after that, the transmission went bad, and I still got the Audi, but blah, blah, blah. This guy was supposed to fix it. Basically, I paid $3,200 for a car that doesn't run.
Really?
Got it back. paid $3,200, still had a lien out on the repair for a car that didn't work, which was then placed on another car, and which he purchased from said person. And long story short, that Land Rover that I've been driving is in Toby's name, which expires on the tag today. Thank God I renewed online.
I need to tell my wife that. Shit.
So wait, now.
And so the reason I've been driving it is because he wasn't able to sell it. It's been problematic. It's got some issues. And long story short, there was a lien placed on that vehicle for the other vehicle's repairs, which is, first of all, illegal for a vehicle.
It was fixed?
It was not fixed.
All of this was fixed?
The Audi was not fixed. Today, I just approved the receival of the title for the Land Rover.
And how is that a good victory?
Because now we can sell it.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Send Salty on her way.
Why'd you say salty, Ben?
Well, the reason I said Salty is, first of all, we took the Land Rover on to Fort DeSoto with, what was the first time? Was that with Jessica, I think?
Yeah, it was at the daiquiri deck.
Yeah, we left daiquiri deck. Toby came over in the Land Rover. This was after the damages?
Yeah, it was definitely after the damages.
After Toby hit a palm tree in Jungle Prada.
Donuts in the Indian burial ground.
Donuts on the Indian burial ground.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a YouTube video of it.
Oh, you actually do, yes.
We did that.
Well, that was
in
in my
Dodge
truck.
Ram. Yeah.
I don't hit trees. But I understand it was a different story in the four-wheel drive vehicle. Land Rover has a horrible turning radius.
Yes.
In your condition, I might have done the same. So,
wow.
Now, we left daiquiri deck, and we had Jessica in the back. She left all her girlfriends, and we went out and drove it through piles and puddles of ramps and mangroves and salt water, and coming back, and we wash it off and this and that. The VIN number starts with SALTY 72X. So, yeah, and that's actually a real thing. Just
awesome.
so happens to be that it's a combination between the plant, state, country area in London it was built, and so on the VIN plate it says Salty.
So you're driving around in Toby's Land Rover.
Yep.
It's called Salty, legitimately.
Legitimately.
And you're living in a boat.
Now I'm living on a boat.
Okay.
That I got for him, too.
That he got for me. Toby
the
is
universe actually Toby.
The universe is Toby, possibly. Or possibly
Does that mean
Toby.
he's paying for gas on the boat?
I'm afraid I might have to. Yeah.
The universe for Coletti is Toby.
For this week.
So
no, Toby's my best friend since I was born. There's no denying that. I mean, you know.
And I had to deal with a lot of
I'd do
crazy
anything for him.
girlfriends that he had.
Yeah. He obviously has done a lot for me.
A lot. And the one that my wife actually gets along with, he don't even talk to or want anything to do with her.
That's a long story. And
Oh,
we'll call that chapter 64.
Her episode.
all right. You want to wrap it up then?
Not yet. I'd like to make it rain first.
Let's just we'll pick this up later at
Put on
John's
pause.
Pass in front of Hooters.
Perfect.
What time is it?
It's early. Oh shit! Now he's checking the clock.
Uh-oh.
This whole challenge
Nope.
of this broadcast is to get Rob to stay in Florida for one night.
All right, challenge 2. Make it to John's Pass. Get him drunk on Jameson shots. He will not recognize the time clock.
No.
He'll lose perception of depth
I
and direction.
can't do this.
Me and Ben's mission today is to make sure Rob stays in Florida and misses his flight to New York. This is the whole thing about this
Technically,
podcast.
I'm not sure how well Rob can captain a vessel, but we may just protest.
Ben just gave me a speedball, and I can't drive anything.
Hey, Toby, don't you know one of those guys that
Yeah.
flies those yellow planes?
Yeah,
Is that
dude,
him?
actually, that's the same plane that landed on Tyrone Boulevard.
That's what I was saying earlier.
What do you
It
mean?
is. He ran out of gas.
He didn't check his tank, and somebody siphoned for their race car.
He ended up landing on Tyrone Boulevard.
It's true. That plane really did run out of gas and land on Tyrone Boulevard.
Yep. Sure did.
Toby's best friend used to captain that thing.
No, there's some guy who comes in a restaurant and he flies that.
I love this dude.
I know, man. That's why I don't understand why he wants to go.
He's so stupid.
I know he is.
No, he's doing a good thing. You got to keep your contacts spread out.
What do you mean?
Send your pawns out.
So you think we should let him go?
We should keep him there.
We should keep him here. We should keep him here. Rob, move the what's it called? Let's get this clothing thing going. Move to Miami, West Palm. Take care of this shit. Get some nice clothing going. Make a lot of money.
Yep, that'd be smart. If I have money, I don't give a
Because
fuck.
but the thing is, like, it's good that you moved to New York and everything.
So why would you go? Why would you move to New York if you're not making money?
No,
You can start a t-shirt
What are
defunct
you
shop.
talking about?
If you're not making like crazy money, why would you? I know you like the cold.
Rob.
You will see.
Rob.
Sorry.
I know. I understand.
There's women
You will see.
I'll see everything. I see everything.
Just stay here one night.
You will see.
We are going to get Rob to miss his flight. Rob
I see
will
right
miss
now.
his flight today.
We're in beautiful skies, 78-degree weather.
There's actually
we got
a
cloud
tropical
front.
wave forming in the Gulf right now, so it's kind of stirring things up out here. So we don't know when we're going to get hit by a thunderstorm.
Have another beer.
You may, if time permits.
We have a
I'm
beer.
sure you're on a heavy schedule to get it back to the
Yep.
Big Apple.
All right, guys. Take me back to my mom.
I'm not taking you anywhere.
I want
And
my
Toby's
mommy.
the captain, so it's his decision.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere, boss. We're staying right here. You're not going to stop me.
Technically, there is no stopping
No, there is no stopping
if we
me.
haven't left.
No, we're not.
Wow.
We basically kidnapped Bobby Pickles.
Oh,
No, man,
Jesus.
I'll go
I'm
off-
not a cop. I'm
And we
leaving.
want-
I'm coming
we're
back
not-
into
we're
my
not
Gulf
leaving.
Stream.
I'll get on to
I'm
the
going to go float
ferry.
back.
We're
I'm
not-
taking the intercoastal waterway back to Terra Verde. I'm going to jump onto Billy's
I'll get
Stone
on to the
crab. This is the only way you can go back right now. Is if you get off this boat, cross the
That's where I
shark-infested
came
waters
from earlier.
through the construction site.
You're going to have to
to
watch
the
your
main
feet, man. There's
road.
roofing nails
No,
everywhere.
and plus sand spurs.
Sand spurs
We're not
galore.
giving them the sandals. Yeah, that's the
prime
only
real
way,
estate.
bro. Yeah. So you're staying here.
Sorry, guys. Got to go back.
Well,
you suck,
that's
man.
not my decision.
People from New York are so lame. You hear that? I got family up there. I got family at Bensonhurst. I got family in Long Island. I got family near Belmont Racetrack. I got family at Hoboken, New Jersey, and Trenton and Cherry Hill. I got family in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and Nazareth and Philly. Sorry, if you have anything to say, go fuck yourself, okay? I'm a Floridian. Fuck you.
Good for you, Toby.
was great.
That is excellent.
I love it. I'm gonna start the podcast with that.
I've been waiting
I'm
so long.
I'm gonna
to vent.
weave in that,
That's really good.
and this will end it. We'll end on that note.
Salute to
Salute.
Toby's birthday and the Bobby Pickles Show. Yeah!
Dude, I've been so wasted, man. Just stoned out here, man.
I believe it.
Honestly, I'm not even
Definitely
in the
alive.
talking mood.
No.
Well, that's what
but
happens.
I bet you that will be good when I listen to it back.
No, it's going to be mostly horrible.
You think
and
so?
partially
Yeah.
acceptable.
For the Bobby Pickles podcast in Shell Island on the Intercoastal on a boat for Toby's birthday,
I'm Ben Coletti.
I'm Tobia Spinelli.
and I'm Bobby Pickles.
Fatbenzo.com. 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 Enzo.com. That's Enzo.com. That's Enzo.com. That's Enzo.com.